Hi everyone, welcome back to Crafting with Slavie. We've got more mice on ice. So my previous video featured the Mice on Ice stamp set, just 2 mice out of that stamp set. This is another take on that same stamp set. So I did cut out a portion of this A2 size panel with the Stitch Pond die as well, but I kind of let it come off the screen there. So to finish off my scene, I also used the Over the Mountain borders to create this little backdrop. And for my pond, I went in with Mermaid Lagoon, just like in the last card, and tumbled glass for the snow and ice. Once I cut out the mountains in Over the Mountain borders, I realized that I need to do something for that A2 backdrop. So I decided that I was going to do like a sunset, sunrise, whatever you want to call it, in the background. And to do that, I used mustard seed for my setting sun, then ripe persimmon, worn lipstick, and chipped sapphire for that dark blue. And then just around the edge on the left-hand side a little bit, I went in with black soot. Now what happened there is I do have my little blending brushes with the markers on them to let me know what color they are, but I accidentally took my pink blending brush and put it into the dark blue chipped sapphire, so I was trying to clean it up. And then as I was going through, again, because I can't help myself with the sparkles, I'm using an aqua shimmer pen from Nuvo, and I hit the pond with it. And then I started doing some Copic coloring, and when I finished this mountain border section, I actually went over all the snow caps of the mountains as well as that snow in the bottom, and I hit it with that same aqua shimmer pen. I'm gonna go and let you guys just watch the coloring, but you'll notice that I also use the aqua shimmer pen to do the snow-capped roofs of my little collection of houses there, I guess is what you can call it, which is from the Lawn Fawn Winter Village. It's the only image from that stamp set that I used in this case, and it ended up working out really, really well for this. Oh, and sorry, there's also a light that I used from Winter Village. So I will step back and let you enjoy the rest of the coloring, and I will be back for the assembly. I am back. So I am using this green cardstock, which is the Recollections brand from Michael's green cardstock. They have it every year. They do a red and a green, and it's kind of Christmassy, to do my sentiment. I am heat embossing this in silver superfine arranger embossing powder, and the sentiment reads, "Have a joyful winter." And I am using the coordinating dies to cut out the word joyful and everyday sentiment strips to cut out the rest of the sentiment. And I am adhering my panel with my sunset to my card base. Now, because I cut this panel by hand, I didn't use a die, which if you're like me, I recommend using a die because then you get it cut just right. But I didn't, so it was just a little bit shy of covering the whole card base. And I didn't want to cut off the card base because I find that I always make it look awful when I do that. So what I did is I took a little bit of that black soot distress ink and I blended it along that one side. And I chose that side because it is easier to hide the black than it is to hide the orange when you've made a boo-boo like that. So I then am playing with my foam tape and I put a single layer of foam tape on the actual pond, and for the mountain borders I am using a double layer of foam tape. Now if I had, I don't know, I was going foam tape crazy, you could just you could adhere the pond to the background and then just do a single layer of foam tape on the mountain borders. Hindsight 2020. Next time. I was going nuts. It was fine. It was therapeutic. And I did have to take the backing off at some point to get the foam tape to bend around the curve of the pond, but that's fine. And the other nice thing that this did for me is then I could make the decision relatively early on that I wanted my mice to be propped up on foam tape as well. So that was nice. Okay, so with all that adhered, I'm just continuing to go around and putting foam tape on all of my images so they pop up a little bit. And I will let you just watch this process, I think, because there's nothing really much to it. It's just me throwing everything together. And then I will be back to show you the final card. have to say, one of the things that I realized and why I started laying out my cards ahead of time is that less is more in a lot of instances, and I'm really happy that I only used these 4 mice and just the one image from Winter Village and the sentiment. This card came together really nicely, and then I was able to still add the sequins, so it's in 2 different sizes, and I think it just adds a little bit of magic to the scene, which is really, really great and perfect for the season. So I hope you enjoyed today's card video. If you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. And hit the like button if you liked the video today. Thank you.